All right, everyone, we're back to work on this page 2. Now, number 5, first thing you should have done looking at this is plot the points. Okay, now P negative 3, 4. We count to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then we count positively upward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get a point right here. Because negative x goes to the left, positive x goes to the right. Negative y goes downward, positive y goes upward. So for Q, that's point P. Point Q, we have to go to positive 3 and up 4. We get Q. Now for R, we go to negative 3 and go down 2 because it's a negative 2 on the y. We call it R. And for S, we go positive 3, negative 2. So it makes it S. So we have quadrilateral right here. Now, P and Q have the same y value. If they have the same y value, that means it's a horizontal line, which means we can just count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's 6. P and R have the same x value. They're both negative 3. So we can just look and count the boxes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have the length there. Now note that we can do this because PQ is a horizontal line. It has the same y value. PR is a vertical line. It has the same x value. So because of that, we can just count them and yay, we're done. All right. So that means our perimeter equation is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, which is 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6. Well, that adds up to 24. Yay. All right. Now, area is simpler. For quadrilateral, it's just length times width. Well, length times width is 6 times 6, which gives us 36 units squared. I could put units on 24. That one was relatively straightforward, relatively easy to do. Number 6, it's a little more complicated. Now we need to mark J. J is negative 1, so left 1, up 3, and that's point J. K is right 5 and up 3 because it's positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 3. So there's K. And then L is a positive 2 and then a negative 2. So we're going to put it down here, L. Then we're going to try and connect these points. All right. Now, for JK, remember that 2 points written down describe the distance between the points. Our y stays the same at 3 on both cases. So 3 is the same y for J and K. That means we just need to find the points. Now we can count the boxes and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can also look at it and see that it goes from negative 1 to 5. Well, 5 minus negative 1 is 5 plus 1, which is 6. So in both cases, we get a 6 for the length. Now, JL and KL, well, we need to check this for just a second because something you should look at. If you look at where the y value, the x value for J is, the x value is at negative 1. L's is at 2. K is at 5. If you note that there's 3 in between J and L and K, then you note that L is right in the middle. So if you were to visually turn this upside down, you'd be able to tell that the sides, JL and KL, are equal because the point, the peak of it, is right in the middle. That means we just have to find the length of one of these. So I'm going to write over here in the dead space, JL equals KL. And what it equals is we're going to have to use the distance formula. So we need to find, we'll use KL. So how about 2 minus 5? Because 2 is the x value for L and 5 is the x value for K squared, plus negative 2 minus 3 squared, because indeed negative 2 is the y value for L and 3 is the y value for K. So 2 minus 5, that's a negative 3, still in parentheses, squared, plus negative 2 minus 3, that's negative 5 squared, still under the radical, never lose the radical. That gives us a negative 3 times negative 3, 2 negatives, we get a positive answer, and 3 times 3 is 9, so we get 9, plus negative 5 times negative 5. Well, negative 5 times negative 5 gives us a positive 25. Take the square root of both of those, and we get the square root of 34. Now again, you need to use your calculator if you want to do the approximate. And what we get as an approximate answer is 5.831. So we know that JL equals KL equals 5.831 approximately. So now let's do our perimeter. Perimeter just equals side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. Well, if we count JK as side 1, that's 6, plus 5.831 plus 5.831. And if you add those up, you get 17.662. And that's the perimeter. For the area, I wrote up on the board that the area equation is 1/2 the base times the height. Now, here's the tricky part. 1/2, we're good. The base would be JK, and that's 6. However, the height is not JL or KL. That's the length of the sides. The height is actually this line right here, and that's only 5. If you count it up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So the height is actually only 5, not 5.831. So when you multiply these together, you get 6 times 5 is 30. 1/2 of 30 is 15. And again, units squared and units. Now, let's move down to looking at these angles. We need to find what's the missing measurement. Well, we know that it's 132, and I told you they're supplementary, and you know that supplementary angles should add up to 180 degrees. Well, minus 132 degrees gives us what? Should give us 48 degrees, which means the measurement that's missing is 48 degrees. Now, over here on the second one, FEG and GEH are complementary angles. So that means both the angles add up to 90 degrees. And I gave you one of them, it's 52. So we need to figure out what's 90 minus 52, and that's 38 degrees. So 38 degrees. And that takes care of number 7. Now, number 8, I gave you some straight lines that intersected with another line that starts at the intersection and goes outward. I gave you 3 of the angles, and I wanted you to find the other 4. Right away, you should use the vertical angle definition and say number 3, angle 3 and 62 degrees are vertical angles, so they have to be the same measurement. So we got 62 degrees on number 3. Right away, angle 5 and 58 degrees are vertical angles, so we can write down angle 5 equals 58 degrees. But angle 4 is actually the vertical angle to the sum of angle 1 and 36 degrees. So we either need to find out what angle 4 is, or we need to find out what angle 1 is. The easy way would be to just go, well, 3, 4, and 5 make up a straight line. So they should equal 180 degrees. So if we do 180 minus 62 minus 58, we actually equal 60 degrees. So number 4 has to be 60 degrees because the sum of 62, 60, and 58 is 180, which means that we can either add up 62, 36, and 58 and find out what number 1 is, or we can just remember the sum of angle 1 and 36 has to equal angle 4. Angle 4 is 60 degrees, so if we put 60 degrees minus 36 degrees, we get 24 degrees. And that's the answer for number 1. Because angle 1 is 24 degrees, 24 degrees plus 36 degrees equals angle 4, which is 60 degrees. And that's how we find all the angles. So these are the answers to the exam. I hope they've helped you. I want you to make sure you turn in your corrections by the 15th of October, and then we'll give the makeup exam during the week of the 18th through the 22nd. You all take care of yourselves and enjoy as much of the holiday weekend as you can. Bye.